Welcome, everybody. Gonna get started in just a few minutes. Gonna let a few people trickle in. A lot of people watch recording, and that's fine. But still, just gonna give 2 or 3 minutes here for everybody to jump in. While we're waiting, maybe turn on a little music. I gotta probably turn on some blues, right? Or something to fit the general mood of the market, right? If we're going to feel sad, we might as well feel sad to some amazing guitar riffs. So we're going to jam to some Johnny Winter for about 2 to 3 minutes while we wait for people to join. Anyone is in, just chat me if there's any tech issues, sound issues, audio issues. We're going to be spending more time in coin market cap today than I usually do. Obviously, a lot of general crypto stuff going on beyond just decentralized finances. So I'm going to dive in at 7:32. Show some stuff in the channel as well. Gonna be doing some restructuring tonight eventually. Hate changing the channel, but gotta do it. Gotta encompass more categories. Let's see, I'm thinking about 30 seconds, then I'll be diving in. All right. So, as much as I love Johnny Winter, going to go ahead and turn him off. So, I'm going to dive in because, unfortunately, the market has taken a turn kind of in the opposite direction. A month ago, it was pretty much just pick a coin, it'll go up, pick a token. It was hard to miss. You could enter just about any project as long as it wasn't a rug or a total loser. In that kind of insane bull market, you're probably going to get some gains. We're no longer in that market. This is the second major Bitcoin pullback in a month, and this one has far surpassed the last. So, first thing I'm going to talk about today is just kind of the general crypto market now compared to what it was a month ago. And I'm going to give my opinion just kind of what it actually represents. Like what do these numbers mean when Bitcoin's going down, when Ether's going down, when everyone in every Telegram channel just seems to be fudding and is negative and there's panic selling. So what's really going on here, right? So we're going to first start with that. So first thing I want to look at is just simply, everything is a loser except Horizon somehow is up 22%. I actually was looking at this. I believe this will be down with the rest of the market shortly. Minus Horizon, there's just nothing green today in the top 100. You look at the top 107 day, you pretty much got Matic. So Matic is hanging in there at 6%. Oh, it's tanking now to 4%. Rest of these, it's all red. So what's happening? First thing we all need to remember as crypto holders, crypto investors, is like we have to remember why we got into crypto in the first place. Because for me, crypto is always more than just an asset. Crypto for me is literally got to have a utility for me to care about holding it long term. It's just like my personal kind of investment or trading rule with crypto. I'm happy to swing trade and day trade, and if we're in a bull market and I see a BSC DeFi with 3,000% APR, sure, like I'll dip my toe into that. I'll take advantage of this APR, but this is not something that I'm expecting. Oh, I can just let this sit for 2 years and then come back, and this is going to be a good long-term investment. It's just not the reality in most crypto projects. Anyone who has been in crypto since 2018 knows this, because there were hundreds upon hundreds of crypto projects that seemed like great opportunities, innovative ideas, good teams, strong communities, and that was the big ICO boom. And most of those coins are not heard of today. I don't know if anyone ever remembered Litecoin Cash, right? I mean, there's so many of them. It's still floating around, number 713. Great. That's a terrible looking chart. So that's where, unfortunately, a lot of crypto projects end up. And this kind of down environment, this is when you're going to be testing which projects actually have legs, which projects have some longevity, which projects actually have a strong community, and which projects are going to deliver on their promises and then give investors a reason to buy. Which leads me into my second point. What are we seeing here? We're seeing human behavior represented through crypto transactions. That's what we're seeing through all of these different numbers. When you say, okay, it's a big sell-off. What this is people panicking and people selling. Then you can just simply get ahead of that and ask yourself, why are they doing this? Well, this week we had very bad news from China, with them cracking down on miners, cracking down. So that immediately gives large holders a reason to go ahead and take profits. And then that causes the subsequent panic sell. I do not believe that that is over. I believe that what we're going to be seeing are people buying the dips and swing trading this on a downtrend for a while. I've been saying for many months that I think Bitcoin is basically destined to get back down to around 25K. I know some very senior crypto people who have been in crypto longer than me who say it's not going to get near 25K. I know other senior crypto people who think it's going to dip down below 10K. So this is an area of great debate. For me, 25,000 is kind of my level where I think we're going to start seeing a massive amount of buyers coming back to Bitcoin. Long term, I think Bitcoin will have to change its model or it will be overtaken. If not Ether, I personally think it will be overtaken by some more efficient, more utilitarian coin that has more efficiency in the real world. Because the biggest FUD that's happening for Bitcoin right now, it all started with the environmental stuff that Elon started with, right? That's when it's, oh, we're not going to transact with it because it takes too much energy and it's based on fossil fuels. And that obviously is in conflict with Tesla's greater business goals. And frankly, it just shows me that, again, I don't think Elon Musk knows that much about cryptocurrency like he knows about other things. And he's sometimes finding things out after the fact, like the fact that Dogecoin would be just as inefficient as Bitcoin if done at scale. But I personally think there's a chance that Elon could possibly pump Dogecoin a little bit, but that's also on a downtrend. So in general, expect the general crypto market, in my opinion, to keep continuing down with random little spikes up, to summarize it. But I want to show you guys a little trick. And this is what I try to keep in mind, right? Because right now it feels like, oh my gosh, this is such a huge sell-off. But there's a filter here on CoinMarketCap. You click customize and you just go to the 90-day. This is a filter I recommend everyone add to your CoinMarketCap view. It gives a great perspective. So 1 day bleeding, 7-day bleeding, 90-day. Okay, we got Shiba up. Jesus Christ. Actually, that actually is giving me a little bit of FOMO. That's insane. 122,000% up in the last 90 days. Matic is 943% up in the last 90 days. Right? So we're talking about, the bloody Friday, like all is lost, and yet for the last 90 days, almost every single, like over 50% of all of these cryptos are up over the last 90 days. So to me, crypto is not dead. I love crypto. I think this is just a great opportunity to see which projects are going to make it and to load up. I posted today, I bought Mana, I bought some more EOS, I bought Matic, and I think that was all I bought today. Now remember though, why am I buying these? Because I also am getting more interested in all of these secondary value as well. I think Decentraland is way ahead of the game as soon as they can get their fees and scalability issues figured out. So, Mana and Decentraland in general is a concept that if you guys haven't seen, it's awesome, and I recommend hanging out in it. I've got a whole bunch of NFTs, so I'm actually like looking around for a little NFT museum on Decentraland to try to list them. Again, their main issue is the same thing with the general ETH DeFis, which is the fees. I believe will eventually be worked out. But beyond just the cost of Mana, which was 90 cents when I got it, which was a pretty good price as far as I was concerned, I've got that secondary value. EOS was recently invested in by Peter Thiel, right? And EOS, like, this is one that, I feel like a lot of my information about it is a little bit dated because I remember they lost some key developers. Yeah, looks like Sergey just mentioned he bought some, Manic, Matic, Cardano, Litecoin, exactly. Like, for me, I think that we're still on a bit of a downtrend, so I didn't size in 100%. But for me, this was a great opportunity to go ahead and it's like, okay, if I've got X amount thousands or hundreds I'm wanting to buy crypto with, I might take a portion of that and start dipping in because, you never know. Maybe it doesn't dip as much as I think, but that's always what I say in the group when I post things. I say, sizing in or sized in. It means that I'm planning on buying more over the next few weeks or months. So that's what that means. So EOS, big investors, and also one of our members is, an EOS developer. So he's been talking to me about its applications and some of these other things. And, so I'm just feeling like the more I hear about EOS, the more I hear about the project, the more I like its long-term prospects. Like the more and more I'm liking it. So I went ahead and bought some more of that. Cardano, I posted when I bought some, but I definitely added more. I might buy some more. Here's my honest issue with Cardano. Truly, it's like I feel like for 4 or 5 years almost now, I've been like waiting for the big news to drop, and like, I'm just hesitant to go like such a big investment because I just feel like they're like the ultimate over promisers, and I believe that eventually they have to deliver something, but it's like, honestly, like I feel like I'm a patient person, but Cardano is a project that really does test my patience. But I did buy some on this dip. I'm hoping very soon that we're going to have some Cardano DeFis. I'm hoping to be an early, user of that technology. So as soon as I hear something, or if any of you guys hear something, please post it in the group, because this is one project that, once it goes, the sooner we can get in, the better. That's just the reality with all of these projects. So in general, it's a great time to potentially start buying more, sizing in. However, if you're going to do that, probably be ready for some possible short-term pain. That's essentially what I would say in a nutshell. Moving over to the DeFi realm, because I got a lot to cover and I ramble easily. So Guys, I'm just jumping over to Koala. As you know, they're our partners. I think, obviously the price is down with a lot of others. I have a stable pool going. It's not earning me that much, but it's stable, so I'm not worried about it. I did break up my Liptis, BUSD, and BNB today because with the price dipping combined with the impermanent loss, I went ahead and just put the BNB and BUSD back in my wallet. And I've loaded all of my Liptis into these bushes, so I'm just farming. This is my main farm right now, right? So all of this Liptis, I am in talks with them, and we're doing promotions, and we're working together to try to keep the project going. But they also have a lot of updates that they're doing. They're doing a website relaunch. They're doing another version of their tokenomics, and they're creating scarcity behind the Liptis. So this is one that just in general, I'm not really selling any Liptis at this point, but I always manage my investments, just kind of basic risk management. And I happen to like their Knot Bush because Knot is a project that I feel pretty bullish about in this sector. This is one that I think could possibly, continue to thrive, beyond any downtrend. So I'm pretty happy to actually just leave my Liptis here and earn these other tokens. So real quick, I've got a laundry list over here. A couple of weeks ago, when I felt, and I posted all this in the channel, there was a downtrend coming. I got rid of basically all of my shitcoin plays, like plays that I wasn't like so deep in the project. But we're talking, I got rid of GMR, Bonfire, PooCoin, Jedi, Nuts, and they've all dipped tremendously since then. So I'm glad that I did, because again, it wasn't really like a Koala where I'm really invested and trying to really support it. I was really only in those more as a quick in and out. So I felt the sentiment of the market changing, and I went ahead and dropped a lot of those coins. What I'm still holding, Liptis, obviously, I've got some banana in the Liptis banana pool here. I've got some cake, some bake. I'm still holding 100x because 100x has an app that they're releasing in the next few weeks. Ken the Crypto is someone who I see putting in the hours. If you follow him on his channels, he does live streams. Like, he works so hard, and I'm already profitable. Like, these are tokens that I've already gone, I think, 3 times realized on. Man, so Omi, like, real disappointment from a price standpoint. Audio, I haven't messed with. I just never thought that their technology was that refined. Omi was a disappointment for me. That was one that I lost most of my. I ended up just cutting it, and it's just continued to bleed. I think really what's happened with the NFT game is there's just so many options. Like right now, I'm working on trying to get almost 1,000 almost 1,000 NFTs minted, and we've got a lot of options. That's partly why, like, we've got custom developers who can make us applications. We can go through someone like Bake or Bakery Swap. So it, like, for me, Omi, it's just sort of like, unless they get some kind of giant partnership, they're not doing anything that's really standing out. They're not doing anything that is making someone like me, again, who's trying to get 1,000 NFTs minted, they haven't had anything to offer in that regard. And I think that's what we're seeing. So it was a big disappointment. It was one I was excited about. I would say Omi is probably, I think I put in like $1,500 into Omi, and ended up selling it at almost like a 60% loss. And I almost never do that, but it was just like, and it's just continued to bleed. So Omi is not one that I'm feeling particularly good about at this point, but we'll see. But then general saturation, I don't think NFTs are going away, but I think what you're seeing is just like an oversaturation of them right now. I'm still holding my Sea Rocket, Erotica, my Tardigrades, and my Thor. So let me just note, for the reason, one of the main reasons I'm still holding Thor is because, again, I farmed it for so long. I already recouped my investment multiple times, and I think I have 2 of their NFTs. So I'm like kind of still keeping an eye on the project because I would like to eventually sell these NFTs or put them on a marketplace. But their price is not good. They're way down, just like with everything else. So anyone who is in this project, just make sure you manage your risk because this is not a pretty chart. And unless the general market sentiment turns around, and the problem with Asgard is that they don't communicate. If you jump into their channel, they very much do not communicate, and I mean that gets reflected in the chart. There's no one reassuring anybody. So moving right along. So in general, definitely sized down, and I've consolidated a lot to stable coins. And with stable coins means I'm ready to strike. Once something looks really good to me, I have a lot of capital just sitting in stable coins, ready to buy new opportunities. I've still got this Tron guy going. This is goldeneggs.finance. Earned 150. This is one me and Silly Gorilla did together. But yeah, we've got 150 GLDE. So we're over here doing some Tron farming. And I'm going to be posting some information on how to enter the Tron DeFi. It's very similar to BSC, essentially Tron instead of BNB and a different wallet. And it's sketchier. Now, what I'm kind of interested in seeing, though, with something like Tron and also VeChain, there's something we were alluding to in the chat, is with how hard China's cracking down, it makes me wonder what if any changes we may see with some of these Chinese cryptocurrencies, which Tron is. Tron is basically an exact copy of Ether, just with a different group of people. So the reason why it's so fast and cheap is because they don't have that much traffic. Just like Ether was fast and cheap before they had a lot of traffic. So that's kind of the fundamental flaw with Tron, is that because they're an exact copy of Ether, you essentially kind of know that they would have the exact same scalability problems and fee problems if used at scale, right? So, but right now it doesn't have that. So I've actually had some really good experiences moving like Tether and USDC between KuCoin and other exchanges on the TRC20 network for way less fees and almost instant. So just something to bear in mind. As long as it's not being used, it's a good alternative. So anyway, got the Tron network going here. Mentioned that a lot of consolidation, moved things into some stable coins. So we are going to be I'm about to publish a lot of changes to the left in the room, where basically instead of having all of these active projects here on the left, we're going to consolidate those and then categorize them by network. So it'll be like BSC projects, Ether projects, Phantom projects, Matic projects, and Tron projects are the first 5 that I'm going to do. I'm going to be working on that as soon as I'm done here. I have a lot of the content ready, just got to load it in. But what we're going to have then is hopefully a little bit cleaner on the left. And also we're going to have a section you can see here where it's like start here. So anyone who is not currently connected to that particular DeFi, you'll just move to the start here section, and then we'll have some written content, the settings for your MetaMask, a video, and hopefully make it easier for people to, quickly get everything hooked up and connected. And then we'll just have one room for active projects and then another room for alerts and contracts. So definitely, let me know what you think, because you'll see, eventually it'll all just be published. We're not going to make any changes to the main chat rooms, but just in general, any feedback you guys have to make the room more usable, more user-friendly for, both new people and experienced people. We're trying to kind of, make it easy to navigate for everybody. In case anyone who hasn't seen it, we do have our artwork finished. I need them to change Nestling to Eagle. That's the only change, but the basic NFT artwork is complete. So right now I'm just getting bids and also looking into our various options for mass minting. But all of you guys, your members, you've been in since before we even launched. So you will be getting those NFTs. I'm going to be publishing instructions on how to claim those soon. So Phantom Network, we've got Zaloa here. I'm not sure if he's watching, but he is very much deep into the Phantom Network. So he's bringing a lot of guys on board. So we're going to be actually creating a special role specifically for Phantom Network. And he will and his team will have access to the Phantom Network category on the left. So he'll be posting about projects, opportunities, and other things. So just know that, this is just another benefit of our chat here because, this is someone who's extremely knowledgeable, not just in Phantom, but just in crypto in general. So his, again, screen name is Zaloa, and you'll be seeing him definitely extremely positive about Phantom Network, and that is to be expected. So definitely say hi to him. Last couple of things I wanted to mention. We're continuing to form partnerships with additional projects like Koala. So we're still in talks. Unfortunately, Supernova was not one we were able to make an agreement on. So we moved to the next. But Hi-Fi DeFi, he's a member of our group. That's going extremely well. We are partnered. We're helping them launch that project. So as soon as we have more information on that, once some things are out of beta, we'll be letting you guys know. And then also we're going to be announcing with the Koala guys an NFT giveaway for holders of 1,000+ Liptus. So there's going to be a raffle for an exclusive Digital Eagle Koala DeFi NFT. Instructions to come on that, but the main criteria will be it will only be available to holders of 1,000 or more Liptus, and that includes all of your farms. So it can be in LPs, it could be in your bush, just in total Liptus across all channels, 1,000 or more for a qualification. So more information, I believe, we'll be announcing that on Monday. And last thing I want to mention for today is I'll be announcing the time. Most likely, me and Silly Gorilla should be doing a deep dive on Sunday. As you know, he is our crypto guru, so he has a lot of stuff that he wants to talk about in the Phantom Network and some other things he's found. So we'll be announcing a time on Sunday to review projects with Silly Gorilla. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the chat.